Okay, let's try this, see what happens. All right. So this is going to be a let's play on Iron Horse Farm. This is Farming Simulator 15, of course. And I'm going to be playing on hard. I'm not going to be hiring workers. I'm going to speed up time to skip nights, but not for anything else. Um, all the work will have to be done by me. There's no course play, no auto combine, none of that type of thing. Um, I'll kind of go over the mods that I plan on using here in a moment. Time down. The mods that I have put in is a Peterbilt that was done for myself by Get Her Done Farm All Night on Twitch. Then I have the tipper that he also did for me. And then this is the Marshall bale trailer pack. And I think these are auto bale trailers. Test that. I don't know why this piece of shit is in here, but it is for whatever reason. Maybe that's the DLC ones. I don't know. Or maybe that's something that came with the map. So I'm not really using very many mods. I'm going to stick to most of the stuff in game. I do have the JCB DLC pack that I will probably be using some of the stuff on. I do have an idea of what I want to do. Anyone not familiar with this map, this is the kind of map layout, if you will. You start with quite a few owned fields. I'm not sure exactly how many, but there's quite a few of them, and quite a lot of the ones you own are grass to start with. And I am thinking that is going to be one of the things I'm going to go for straight off the bat. I am starting on hard, which means I have a $4,000 balance. I have no crops in storage. The mod comes with all these extra animal types you can grow and, well, not grow, but you can raise and build up. And I'll be messing with that a little bit, probably. But as you can see, the prices you get for things on hard very low, so not going to get very much. And as you can see, these are the fields that we start with. We've got like 28, 24, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 51, 58, 49, 48, 45, 46, 57, 42, and 43. And all those are grass planted already for you, ready to harvest. And then you start with 41, 39, 47, 56, and 53, which are all barley to start with. So I'm going to have some barley, some straw, and ideally I'm going to get going on the BGA. Plan to get going on silage pretty quickly. You start with no animals, one chicken. You always start with one chicken for whatever damn reason. And then here's the fattening installations on the map. And then what you start with as far as equipment is you start with a Steyr Multi 4115 front loader. You start with a New Holland and the front loader attachment for it, a universal bucket for it, and then the small New Holland harvester, the grain header, the trailer for the header, a Brantner, 2 of these things, which are absolute garbage, and anyone who uses them is, in my opinion, a moron. And then you have a small cultivator, small plow, small seeder. Pretty much these will be gotten rid of really quickly. This is going pretty quickly as well. Probably going to sell the stayer to start with. I'm going to keep the T6 and go through my plan. Now you start. This is here apparently. Okay. Trying to figure out. Okay, the Brantner is there, and that is center. Start with this. Wait. These trailers is here. I am not even at all sure where the hell the rest of this equipment is, so I'm going to take a look on the map and find out. Let's see what's over here. Let's start with tractors. We got tractor there, harvester, buckets are there, the seeders are there, the other trailers over there, plows over there. So it looks like the only thing over here at this farm to start with is just this tractor, the weight, and this trailer. Absolute garbage and is going to be driven over and sold. I don't plan on doing a lot of video editing on this. This is my first YouTube series, and I am sure it's going to suck. So, if you endure it, then I don't know. You probably have some kind of brain damage. I'm not sure why anyone would watch this, but I'm going to mess with it. Going to be a lot of boring driving because the roads on this map are a convoluted maze at times. I'm not going to do a drive around on the map and show you where everything is and all that kind of thing, mainly because I'm not even sure where everything is. We're going to find out as I need to, I guess, is my way of looking at things. And this is supposed to be based probably in Europe, so I'm supposed to be driving on this, and I don't really care. There doesn't seem to be any traffic on this map. I guess I tried cutting it on, and I don't think there's any on it at all, or if there was, I couldn't find any. I couldn't get it to work. Maybe it needs a mod. Or maybe I have the wrong version of the map or something. But I guess the in-game traffic just wouldn't be up to dealing with these roads. So, as I said, the plan is this is going to be driven over and sold. I'm going to sell this, the other trailer like it, this tractor, and I probably will sell the plow straight off as well. I don't plan on messing with the plow. I don't really know why you would, unless you wanted to turn some of the grass fields into another type of field or something, I guess, is the only way I can think of that you would really need it. I need to go this way. It's going to go straight ahead. It doesn't really matter either way, probably. trying to figure out how to get in and out of some of these fields is a real pain in the ass, let me tell you. Which I kind of like that. It's different, you know, it's not your average, everyday, easy to get around, wide open field map. It will probably drive me nuts later, but for now we like it. Or I like it. You may not. I hate these fucking trailers. Okay. I can just push it back into it then. No, this tractor's probably not going to be up to forcing that back into that, so I will have to actually show my terrible driving skills. Camera views. Weird. Things even have a hitch on them. Yeah, they do. Just need to get a little closer, probably. And up on hope. Okay. I'm gonna leave this there for a second. I'm going to leave this weight here, I think. Somewhere on this farm. I need to find the plow. Not sure exactly what corner it's laying in or what area it's in. I'm going to put this weight probably right here. I don't know if I'll need it. I don't know if it's there for right now. There is the bloody plow. An excellent, excellent question. And it appears that it is here. So hopefully this will work. I'm not sure if I can put this on the front of this or not. We're going to find out in a minute. It'll do it. But I'm guessing I'm going to need the trailers to balance it if I do. So we'll see how this works. And get the trailers on. Grab the plow. And see if we can figure out where in the hell the shop is from here. I always hit the 8 key when I go for the map. So the idea is I'm going to sell all this stuff off. I'm going to buy a mower set, a forage wagon, and a windrower. I may need to borrow a little bit from the bank. I think I can borrow 50,000 on hard. Once I get the silage rolling in, I shouldn't have any problem with money. Ooh, that was a little longer than I thought it was. Oh, this is gonna be fantastic because of these trailers. I'm probably gonna have to go down here and turn around. See if we can do some miraculous one-time driving and oh yeah, I didn't figure that would work. That's what I get for not paying attention. That's what I get for talking. But I hate trying to figure this junk out. Well, that's water, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I almost drove into that thinking it's just a puddle, but I'm not sure if it's a little puddle or if it's a small pond. So now you can see my terrible driving. And you can see why I hate these trailers, because they're absolute garbage. And just don't work. Okay. So, that thing. Make sure I get the trailers in. And we'll see how much that'll give me. For those who don't know, selling things here gets you a little more than you normally would. 41,000. We have to do math. Math is terrible. I need at least 27,000. Pretty sure, yeah, that's not really going to handle that thing very well. I need 27,000 for that. I need, ooh, that's a lot more expensive than I remembered it being. 65.5. More than I thought it was. And then I also need a windrower. That's 17. I am not going to be able to afford all that without selling a little bit more, so I'm going to go grab the cultivator and seeder, which I am not going to need. I despise cultivator and seeder separate, so I will be waiting to buy another seeder until I can afford the, I believe it's the Atterstad Rapid or something here. Otterstad Rapid A600S. This cultivates and seeds, so I don't have to worry about that little issue. See, I saw the seeder somewhere over there. Hey, what's that in there? Might have been the, I thought the seeder was backside that really hot. Cultivator in there. What is that? Oh, yeah, I guess that's a workshop or something. No, I saw a seeder somewhere. I haven't really played this map. I spent a few minutes on it, trying to just get a feel for it and just checking to see whether I really wanted to play it or not. We're just going to bring this to here, and we'll see if we can find the cultivator. There. We're over there. I've probably driven by it like 3 times, and you guys are probably laughing at me by now. Would not surprise me at all. In here somewhere. Where the bloody hell is the damn thing? It's up there somewhere. Okay, is it? It's not even in the farm, is it? See how this does with this. I'm guessing I'm going to be popping some willies. Oh yeah. That's pretty terrible. I am not going to be able to drive with that like that. I'll have to either get the weight or go find this bloody cultivator. Seems to be somewhere up here, it says. Where? Do not know. Is that it there? That looks like it there. Is that a straw pit or something? I'm not sure what those are. There's a lot of the standard little things that I don't really mess with very often. I generally play Pleasant Valley 15. I have not been playing Farming Simulator for too very long, to be honest. I did not play, say, 13 or any of the previous ones. Farming Simulator 15 is the first Farming Simulator game I've ever had. And I really like Pleasant Valley, but I'm already playing on a dedicated server, and I don't really want to burn myself out on the map by playing a single-player YouTube series as well. I have considered just uploading some recordings of my... I have considered uploading some of my recordings that I could make in there on the multiplayer server, and I may do that as well. That multiplayer server that I play on is run by another YouTuber slash Twitch streamer by the name of Troutmouth65 on Twitch and Troutmouth on YouTube. He is a terrible driver. He is a secret Canadian. He loves hockey, and I despise it, so we don't get along on certain things, but we do on others, so it's okay, I guess. Let's sell all this and hope we can afford what we want. Okay, so let's start with the very important things. I need at least that. I really need at least that. That leaves 50. Let's go ahead and get that then. And should have enough to go ahead and get this windrower. I don't know if I really want... Take a look at the width of this mower. This mower mows 9 meters, 10 meters, basically. And this only does 8. This does 12, but problem getting it around. It could be a real pain in the ass getting this around. I think I'm just going to buy the smaller one, and we'll see how it goes. So, now I only have this one tractor, so that can be a little bit of an issue, I guess. But as I said, I'm not going to be doing a lot of worker hiring. I'm not going to be running Courseplay. I'm not going to be running Auto Combine, any of those things. So it could be that this will be very boring to watch. If you don't want to watch someone doing all the work themselves, playing on hard mode, and really kind of busting their chops, this is probably not going to be the series for you, to be honest. Now we have to decide where we're going to start. The biogas is right in the center of the map. So, I think I can probably see it better on this. Biogas is here. So there's this little field here, and a field here, a couple fields there. I think I'll just start on this little field, get a feel for how much I'm going to get and everything. And then we'll move as needed or necessary, I suppose. There are speed bumps in this map, just kind of a pain in the ass. It could be very interesting. For anyone not familiar with me, I don't care about bumps. So as I said, my early idea is I'm going to do silage to get some money going. And I guess I do need to adjust a few things here. I need to turn off missions. Plant withering off. No missions. And we'll go ahead and save. Just in case something stupid happens, because, you know, stupid things love to happen. I'm going to turn withering off to begin with. Once I get the initial fields harvested, then I plan to keep withering on, which is going to keep me pretty busy, I guess. 36. How do I get into this field? This can be an annoyance. Sometimes on this map, I've already noticed trying to find entrances to places can sometimes be a bit of a bother. I do have GPS on this, and I will possibly be using that quite a bit, for certain things at least. So I will be using a little bit of help, but like I said, I personally don't like courseplay. I understand a lot of people's like for it. It is very helpful in a lot of ways, but I kind of like doing it my way. And I understand that a lot of people may not want to watch that, so if this series doesn't get any viewers, I'm not going to hold it against anybody. I don't know how regularly I'll be making these videos either. I will be trying to make fairly regular videos, and I am not sure how long each recording is going to be either. Well, that's another tree. It helps if I pay attention. I thought that was just one of those bushes you could drive through, but that's actually a tree. So. But I'm going to try to, probably what I will do is record several videos at a time and then upload like one every day. I'll probably record, a 45-minute to an hour video, and then I will try to upload each video, like upload a video every day or what have you. I'll record probably 2 or 3 hours worth of videos each time I do some recording, and then I'll upload one every day, more than likely. Probably missing quite a bit, aren't I? Hard to tell. Haven't used these mowers in a long time. We normally don't do very much with these mowers on the Pleasant Valley maps. You need so much things that we tend to use bigger mods. There are some mods like the Chrome Big 500, I think it is. Chrome X500. We have one version on, I think it comes with the Pleasant Valley version 2 map that mows probably a similar width, maybe a little more to this, but it also windrows it as it goes. It pulls it into the machine and leaves a swath behind like a harvester would when doing wheat or something of the like. I don't think that kind of mod is very conducive to this map. That type of mod, you kind of need big fields, which there are some rather large fields on this map. But I just don't know if I'll be using anything like that. I don't plan to right now, but I may in the future. I wouldn't be able to afford one right now anyway. 300 and something $1,000. And I've seen a lot of guys use the rental mods and things like that, but I just haven't, it just doesn't feel like my type of play style for it, so I'm probably not going to use that either. I don't think there's anything wrong with it necessarily, I just don't really like it personally. So, just a personal preference thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a better player than they are, or they're a better player than I am for using any type of mod, you know. Mods pretty much come down to your personal preference and the ideas and parameters that you set for yourself or your map. Certain mods are pretty much required on certain maps. The animation map triggers, things like that, are actually pretty much required to work this one. Otherwise, you couldn't get in and out of the fields. But a lot of the other mods, mowers and extra harvesters, tractors, and things like that, they're all kind of personal preference. And I may be adding some down the line. I will tell you now, I'm not really a big John Deere fan, so if you want to see a bunch of John Deere stuff, you're probably not going to get it here. Any kind of mod that I do add in, I'm going to try to keep fairly reasonable prices on things. So if it's, I'm not going to use something like the grasshopper thing, that, that little mower thing. There's some of those that hold, people have modded them to hold 100,000 liters of grass, and they're just ridiculous. It's so stupid to see somebody driving around with a tiny little mower thing that holds 100,000 liters. Or, you know, they've modded them to make them more powerful, and instead of holding 100,000 liters, they somehow think it's more realistic for a tiny little mower to be dragging around a semi-trailer full of grass. So I won't be using anything like that. I think those are pretty comical. If I was going to use something like that, it would probably not hold very much. But they do mow very quickly, so I could maybe see using them just to mow and then coming back with something else to gather things up. Okay, now where's going to be probably 37 across the I think I have to go across the river. Wow, went out a little bit there. I think I have to go across the river for 37. I'm going to go ahead and take these mowers over to 37 or possibly 51, maybe 51. Maybe I'll just go over to 51. That's actually up on. Screw it, we'll go to 37. See if we can find 37's entrance. Hopefully somewhere here. And I'll leave these mowers in 37. Then I will go up to the store, get the windrower. Oh, that was, what was that? How did I just drive up a 4-foot tall wall? No idea. Okay, whatever. No, I didn't want that. Oh well. What? We'll drop that there. Go up a little bit and drop that. And then we'll go get the windrower. We'll come back down and try to row that up a little bit. I know I can't really throw it all up very easily. We'll get some of it. I'm going to have to learn how to get around on this map. If I can drive, probably. It's comical. For all that crap I said about Trout being a terrible driver, I'm running into everything and then some stuff. Trout will probably see this and laugh his ass off, so here's to you, Trout. So, ideally, I would like to get a little bit of grass into the BGA before I finish this video, but I don't know if that's going to be entirely plausible. That's probably going to put the video well over an hour. But as I said, ideally I'm going to start, I might do 2 or 3 of these fields of grass and get some grass into the BGA, and then I think I will start harvesting some of the fields. And I'm probably just going to gather the straw up with the forage wagon. I'll have to see if I can figure out exactly where I can take that. That'll be one of those things. I think I can just go around this way. About the same. Probably not. I probably should have went the other way. As I said, it's going to take a little while to get used to getting around on this map because there is quite a bit to this map. These rutted out roads right here kind of drive me a little nuts personally, just because, you know, I'm a farmer and I have a front loader. I think, you know, most farmers probably keep those roads a little bit more in decent shape. I mean, I'm not a real farmer, so I don't really know. Maybe they're entirely too damn busy to be bothered with that. But you would think so. So we're going to try to row this up a little bit here. And I think I'm just going to try to go straight up and down. Reasonably straight. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler and a drafting table probably, so. Once I get up here, I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of funky corners here. I'm missing bits all over the place. My personal brand of OCD probably will not like that. But nothing too wide over there that I miss. I maybe can just go around with the forge wagon. This is again something I don't really mess with very much, is windrowing stuff. Most of the stuff that I'm used to picking up on the server that we play on is generally just straw swath from harvesters, and it's, you know, a lot easier to deal with, basically. Kind of wishing I had bought the next sized windrower at this point, to be honest. I think it would have been a little better to have just bought the next size. I think it would have covered a little more area. But I think I'll be alright anyway. Maybe I'll just stop being obsessed with my up and down lines and try to go around as needed. That could probably make it a little easier, I guess. Oh, hit that tree. Those little trees are going to be a pain in the ass on these fields. I can already that. I really like the look of this map. I am not positive on how much I'm going to enjoy playing this map. I really love the look of it, and it looks exactly like something I want to play in my mind, but the more time I spend on it, the more I am uncertain about that decision. So hopefully it'll be one of those maps that I'll actually enjoy. I've tried a couple of maps in the past that I didn't really enjoy. I tried Coldborough Park Farm, which I thought was a really cool looking map, but I was not that drilled at the play on it. So I wasn't really very happy with that. So, see how that goes. I think maybe I'll get the windrowing done, and then I will probably end this video. And we will save the forage wagon work for next video, which I'll probably record here shortly. I double check the quality of this one to see if I need to adjust microphone, game sounds, or anything else. Hopefully there won't be too much wrong with it, and hopefully there won't be too many complaints. Because if there are, I can tell you right now, I really don't give a shit. I'm the type of person that if I'm okay with it, I'm okay with it. And if you don't like it, then there are videos to watch. I will probably never be a big name on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. Anyone who's been in my Twitch channel has probably been on the receiving end of one of my many rants. And anyone who's spent very much time in my Twitch channel probably can tell you that I'm a cranky bastard. So, just be happy I'm not singing for you. Because I've also been told that that makes small children cry and dogs cover their ears and cats run away. Which we all know cats are good for two things. Target practice and Chinese food, so let them run. Less blood splatter. Oh, cut through the hedge a little bit there. I'm going to try not to do too much of that. But I imagine there will be several thousand times if I continue to play this map for very long that I will run through hedges, because hedges don't seem to have any kind of collision on them. The walls, on the other hand, do. So I'm sure there will be a few thousand instances of me running into the walls as well. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. Let's see. I think we can probably bring some of this together. Probably not all of it, but some of it. So yes, I think I will end the video here. Hopefully anyone who watches this enjoys it. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment and tell me I'm an asshole. I already know these things, but I don't mind if you tell me. I think I'll go ahead and take this over and then I'll end the video. And we'll start the next one. Hopefully, if I do it right, we'll start the next one by going up and picking up the forage wagon and gathering. That's the idea, anyway. Weird-shaped field. This is probably going to be an interesting field to gather up. Probably shouldn't actually put this directly into this field because I'm going to be doing this field next. Time to decide that, right? Maybe I'll park it in between these two. Maybe I'll just park it right there. And then I think I'll pull right here and stop the video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the video.